We have 5 deaths here. This is all preventable. And with this being an international story, right, we have people from around the world that are deceased. We have the whole world wanting to know what's going on. I know you want to ask me about the video, but I still have a non-disclosure, and I still haven't told anyone. I haven't known what to feel since this all started, okay? He wasn't healthy. He was skin and bones. He was abused, he was neglected, he was failing to thrive. I just don't want any other parent to have to go through this. I don't want any other kid to have to decide his only option in life is to go on a trip like this, okay? I don't want this ever to happen again. Every day it's been awful news. Every day.
I think the big question that a lot of people who don't know Bryer are asking is why. And as his dad, can you maybe, is there anything you want the public to know about what perhaps...
He lost hope. He lost hope, okay?
I mean, the Bryer that the public knows, that's not the Bryer that you know.
No, no. The Breyer I enjoyed company. He was very intelligent, very active. He had disabilities. We shouldn't have had to go on news and say, we're going to take this to litigation. Right? Why? Why? Why do they treat me that way, and they've done it since the start? It wasn't until a week later that RCMP actually came and talked to me. Why? When I was the only one that loved my son. When are they ever going to do a media release?
We have been wondering that as well, but
August 7th was the last one. And they keep saying in a few weeks. Well, which year?
Have you shared the frustrations that we have had with, we feel like we're not getting a lot of information about even cause of death, stuff like that?
You have no idea my level of frustration. Okay, if you're frustrated as the media, how do you think when this is my little boy that I dearly loved? But the boy's had a cell phone the whole time.
That's what we're wondering too. Do you know?
It was Breyer's pay-as-you-go phone. Okay, I bought it for him. It was a Samsung, but he never called anybody. He had it for text messaging. Okay, so he didn't pay into it, so the number was disconnected. But any phone is active to 911. Okay, and if it's active to 911, it still can be tracked. How come they weren't tracking the phone? How come they didn't talk to me? Maybe I could have helped them if they would have admitted that I exist.
A part of Bryer, do you think maybe he wanted to be caught by police? Maybe he didn't want to, you know, go to the measures that he did in terms of the boys.
You have no hope, okay? When you have no hope, you don't have options, okay? You don't have options.
When you see those photos of Bryer, and he's in that regalia,
He's being bullied in a special ed school, okay? He's a skinny, thin guy, so, you know, he's got to put on a scary image just for self-protection, okay? Lots of kids do that. But they were selling this Nazi stuff a block and a half away from the special education school. 2 kids. Okay, that shop since closed, but there's lots of it in Port Alberni. Don't finger point at my kid because he's wearing something that was mass sold in that town. He wanted away from Port Alberni so bad.
Do you think that perhaps, and without trying to sound dramatic, but blood may be on the hands of these federal and provincial officials that you're referencing in terms of perhaps having been able to step in?
Ministry of Children, RCMP, Representative for Children and Youth, and there's a couple others I will not name right now, all have blood of 5 people on their hands.
Anything you want to say to the parents, Chana Lucas, and the family of Leonard Dick? We know that you're grieving as well.
I apologized on international stage, okay, on behalf of my country. I did not program my son to hate. I did not program my son to act out in violence. I did not give my son a firearm. But we still need to know lots of key information to RCMP, okay? Lots. Where did 2 teenagers get firearms? Bryer didn't have any. For for all I know, my son's buddy showed up at his house. Hey, let's go. My son, oh, okay, let's go. Right? We don't know. All I know is my son never lied to me before. My son didn't have a vehicle, and he did not drive. And now he's gone. Okay? And nothing can bring that back. But nothing can bring back any of them. What we got to do is analyze what happened, where it all went wrong. There's a lot of things that are wrong here, okay? This was years in the making, and this was totally preventable. That's the problem here.
Again, could you clear it up for any members of the public that might say, what was the motive here? As his dad, could you maybe tell us what might have motivated him? Do you have any idea?
I can't say. I don't know what him and Kam were talking about, right? There was two boys there, so I can't say. I can't say that Bryer did anything other than he was there. Only the RCMP can tell us if Bryer did something, and they're not saying anything.
Do you feel, though, that perhaps they could have been a bit more on the ball in terms of after they
got all the way to Manitoba? Come on. Even Australians know that they got the world knows they got halfway across the country. How many police officers were on this chase?
Do you think, though, Al, that maybe the plan all along, I mean, obviously we don't tell our parents everything. I don't tell my parents everything.
I don't know the plan, okay? I don't know the plan. I don't know if this was just a Thelma and Louise incident, right? We don't know.
And I think that's part of the reason there is such fascination about the story, too, is because Lucas, Kam, China, and Bryer, all young, attractive, at the prime of their lives, sort of thing. And as you said, under different circumstances, maybe they would have cracked open a beer and had a drink on the side of the road. So what do you think went wrong? Or what do you think happened?
There was guns there. And we don't know what happened, except we know there was guns there. Okay? If they had just stopped over to say, hey, we'll help you have a beer, whatever, right? That's what I would have done. But there was guns came from somewhere. Okay? You want to lay blame? Find out where those guns come from.
Members of the public that are going to watch this, and they're saying, well, you know, his son is XYZ, a killer, a racist, a white supremacist, a Nazi sympathizer. How do you respond to that?
We chatted all the time, and he never touched any topics anywhere near that, okay? He wanted to join the Canadian Army, is what he wanted to do. He was working on his GED because he had dropped out of school, okay? He's having trouble finishing his GED without help, so he got a job at Walmart, okay?
With Kam?
With Kam. Oh, he only had a job for 5 weeks, okay? 2 full paychecks. Like second paycheck, I said, make sure and put some money in retirement savings. He said, oh, okay, Dad. And that was 2 hours before he said, we're done.